Are you unknowingly putting your independence at risk by neglecting one important area of your mobility? Not improving this important area can be a ticking time bomb, leading to frequent falls, pain, and a loss of everyday freedom. So don't wait until it's too late. So join me and follow along with me as we unlock this very important area and regain control of your life. May adlaw na tong tanan. I'm Nathan, I'm your occupational therapist, and my goal is to help you be more consistent with your therapy at home. In this video, we are going to be focusing on one critical aspect of maintaining your independence and your quality of life as you age, and that is your hip mobility. Stiff and immobile hips can lead to a lot of bigger issues, such as frequent falls, leading to a lot of pain and maybe a stay in the hospital. Frequent back pain, every day you are unable to move because of pain, and being able to do whatever you want during your everyday activities such as cooking, walking, getting up from the bed, as simple as getting dressed or getting up from your toilet. So just follow along with me, and if you're ready, let's get started. Just a reminder, these exercises are just supplemental exercises that you can do at home to improve your hip mobility. So it is important that you consult your doctor or your therapist to see if these exercises are appropriate for you. So before we start these exercises, we need to do a little bit of warm-up. Doing the marching in place will help your hips to warm up before doing the other stretches. These stretches are, some of them will be dynamic and some of them will be a little bit of static. So marching in place will warm up your hips from the front and even the back. And if you keep your knees apart like this, it will also warm up the sides of your legs and the muscles that will keep your legs open when you're taking those steps, so that your legs will not scissor when you're walking, all right? So just do about 15 to 30 of these marching in place. Like I said, these exercises are follow-along exercises. So try to follow along as I am explaining what is targeted when we do these exercises. Now, what I am doing now is called windshield wipers. So try to be on your toes like that and bring your knees side to side, just like this. This will improve the mobility of your hips from the lower back and your hamstrings. So when you do this, you should feel those stretch, not so much with your lower back, but you will see when you do these every day, your ability to move better and stand up better without any back pain will be lesser. So try to do this windshield wipers. Now, if you can do this is much better, but this is more advanced. So if you can do this, try to do about 15 to 30 of your windshield wipers. The seated good morning stretch will target your hamstrings and your lower back. So when you do the good morning stretch, which is by putting your hands towards the back of your head, keeping your elbows wide, and you're going to hinge from the hip, keeping a straight back slowly, and then come back up. In order to make it a static stretch, you're going to hold this stretch for about 15 to 30 seconds. In order to make it a dynamic stretch, you're going to just go forward, lean forward for about 6 seconds, then come back up 6 seconds. All right, so let me demonstrate the dynamic stretch first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come back up slow for 6 counts. All right, so just like that. Try to do this good morning stretch from the name itself every morning. Now, if that is too hard for you, you can also just keep your hands to the side, and to make it a deeper stretch, you're going to just hold a few pounds of weights, or just to start with, water bottles. So you're just going to lean forward like this, slow, and then come back up 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then lean forward 6 counts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now repeat that about 15 to 30 times if you can tolerate it. All right? So that is your good morning stretch. The seated leg circles will help you improve your hip mobility by allowing your leg to rotate on that joint. So how you would do this is to try to keep your leg as straight as possible, but if you cannot do this, try to just keep it slightly bent, not too much, but again, it's up to you. To start with, you can just do a bent knee like this and do a leg circle like that. But for you, if you are more advanced, try to keep it as straight as possible. All right? So you're going to just draw a circle with your foot. If your knee is bent, draw a circle with your knee. Right there. All right? So just keep on doing that 15 counts and do the other side, going out and going in, if you may. I had a patient who had difficulty walking, and when I was checking on her range of motion, it is her hip that is so immobile. So we tried to do a little bit of stretches, a little bit of dynamic and static stretches, and she was able to move much better with no pain. And so it led to her staying home without frequent falls. Of course, she's still been falling, and so that's why I'm keeping her now. But the frequency is a lot lesser. All right? So do your leg circles, seated leg circles, every morning or as much as you can. The next 3 exercises, we will be standing up. So try to grab a chair or your walker for better balance. You can also use your walls. Try to be on a corner if you can, so that in case you lose balance, you have 2 walls to catch you, okay? So before we do the 3 exercises, we are going to do the attendance check. Please type down below in the comment section the phrase reclaiming mobility. Again, reclaiming mobility to improve your hip mobility, right? So doing the leg swings will improve your mobility from the hip by stretching the front and the back portion of your leg. So your hip flexors and your glutes. Now, this is a dynamic stretch, so try to do 15 on each side. Now, let's do the other side. I might have done 15. I don't know if you were counting. Type it down below as well, all right? So hold on to your chair or your walker while you do the leg swing. Try to put your walker, if you have a walker, a little bit to the side that you are not swinging, all right? So again, the leg swing is greatly beneficial if you do this frequently in order to take those bigger steps, all right? Next exercise is the split squat. So you can do this without the chair, and you can also do it on the chair. So with the chair, you're going to put one foot up. Try to keep your back leg as straight as possible. Why I like the one with the chair is because in order to get a deep stretch, you don't have to be keeping your legs far apart from the front, right? In order to get that really deep stretch from here, from the front of your hip, you have to take that bigger step back. But with the chair, I can keep my legs closer together, and I'm not risking exacerbating pain from there, right? So hold that for about 15 seconds. Do it on the other side as well, right? So this will stretch the front for your back leg, your hip flexors. The one that is in front and on top of a chair will stretch your glute, all right? So one side, hip flexor, the other side will be your glute. The next one, you're going to do the Cossack split. The Cossack split, you put your leg to the side on the chair, right? So when you do this, you're going to stretch this area of the leg that is down, right? And still here you are going to be bending. Try to lean towards it, and it stretches your glutes, right? Hold that for about 15 counts. When you're doing a static stretch, it is most effective if you can hold a stretch or a position between 15 to 30 seconds, right? So go to the other side, the Cossack split or the Cossack squat. Hold it for about 15 counts in order to stretch this area, the inner part of your thigh. I feel it more in the inner part of my thigh. And stretching those muscles will help you improve your hip mobility. You can also do a dynamic stretch. Stretch on the floor. You're going to do the split squat. Keep the back leg as straight as possible and lean forward, right? And do the other side. And if you want it dynamic, just do 15. If you want to do a static stretch, hold it for 15 counts, right? For the Cossack squat, we're going side, like this. This movement it looks like very similar to a side lunge, right? I can feel all those stretches, so I think I also need to improve my hip mobility. So try to do these exercises again every day in order to improve your hip mobility. All right, so try to do these exercises every day. You will see that there will be a big improvement in your balance, your ability to take bigger steps, and even perform your everyday activities much easier. Now, if you notice somebody who has stiff hips, frequent falls, and they're constantly complaining about back pain, share this video to them, and that will be your tuition fee for this free video, free tutorial on how to improve your hip mobility. Now, if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just type it down below in the comment section, including the attendance check, which is reclaiming mobility. And just a reminder, consistency is the key and never give up. Until next time, paalam!